So I'm back again. This time we are going to add our first weapon power up. We're going to make our weapon shoot more beams, more projectiles, make them stronger, and make them shoot faster. We're also going to do some level up stuff to where you get these power ups at level up. Okay, so first thing you want to do is create this create an empty, and name it Weapons Manager. Do that first. Alright, and then let's see, we need to go to the beam script. The basic beam script, and open that up. There's a lot of changes that I've done to this. We don't have the script, so let's make this script first. The Weapons Manager script. Scripts. Right click, create. C# script. Weapons Manager. Okay. So it needs a reference to the player storage. Right. And this is next we're going to create a region for basic beam variables, an end region. It's a public int has basic beam and public static int basic beam level. Alright, so on start we're going to call say that basic beam has basic beam is equal to player storage has basic beam. You probably don't have that yet, so pop in the player storage and put a public int has basic beam. There we go. Sorry. Then call check custom method check basic beam. If has basic beam is equal to 1. So let me show you what I did here. Instead of a bool, we're using an int, so it's going to be 0 or 1. Basically, it's saying 0 is false, 1 equals true. I just like doing it that way sometimes. There's no real good reason for it, but you could also have this as the bool, but I think this looks neater and cleaner. So if it has basic beam equals 1, basic beam level, right here, equals 1, else basic beam level equals 0. So basically, if you have it, you're starting out at the first level, and if you don't have it, it's starting out at 0. Let's see. Alright, so let's go back into the basic beam script, and I might split this video up because I think it's going to get longer than 20 minutes, which seems to be the average of my videos. Alright, so we need a reference to the Weapons Manager. I don't think I changed anything up here. Alright, so I have 3 new methods. Set projectile count, set did change something up here. So let's go back up here, I'm sorry. Public int projectile count. And I think I'm not sure if I had fire delay modifier before. If you don't have fire delay modifier, go ahead and put public float fire delay modifier. Yeah. Alright, so I have these 3 new methods. Set projectile count, set damage, and set delay time. So let's scroll down here first, and then I'll talk about what I've changed. So basically, in these we have switch statements. Weapon manager dot basic beam level. So we've already talked about a switch statement before. Basically, when this enters to be true, nothing else about this can be true in this case. So in this case, if the basic beam level is 3, then the fire delay modifier diminishes, and the reason why is because we want to take away from the time, not add time. So it starts out at 1 and it cuts down to 0.02, so not much. And then when it the beam level is at 5, the fire delay modifier is 30% less. So 0.7 is 30% less than 1. All right, and then at case 8, when the basic beam level is 8, the fire delay modifier is 50% less than 1. So it shoots relatively fast. Set damage, it's the same thing. Switch statement. When it's 3, damage modifier equals 5. Damage modifier equals 10. Damage modifier equals 20. Now, let me show you how we have that applied. Let me open up the beam projectile. So in our beam projectile, you have to now call a basic beam. And the basic beam equals find object of type basic beam. Alright, and then we have a damage modifier in here also. Damage modifier equals basic beam dot modifier, damage modifier. Alright, and now our weapons are going to okay, let's go to this one first because I switched this up too. Now our modifiers are going to equal min and max damage plus damage modifier. Alright, so what I did here is I wanted to have more damage if the player is over level 5. And now I want to eventually do it where if the player goes up so many levels, then they have additional modifiers. But for this is the style we did right now. So if the weapon manager dot basic level is greater or equal to 6, then damage equals plus 2 plus damage modifier. Else damage equals random dot range minimum range max max damage minimum damage max damage plus damage modifier. So we just do the regular old damage there. Alright, so let's go back to the basic beam script. Alright, and then set projectile count is basically the same thing. At these certain levels, I want the projectile count to go up. And I don't want it to be random, I want it to be the same every single time. Okay, so let's go up here. So in the fire method, this is where everything really changes a lot. So if fire delay count is less than or equal to 0, we've already have that. I put in another switch statement of projectile count. So if basically if the count is 1, we're just going to shoot 1. Alright, if the count is 2, we're going to shoot 1, but then we're going to shoot an extra one at a delayed time right after that. Let me show you what that looks like. So fire extra 1. So fire extra 1. All we're going to do is wait for 0.2 seconds, and then we're going to instantiate another one. Now I'm using a coroutine here. I'm not sure that this is the best way to do it, but for now it's a quick and easy fix. So I'm doing it this way, and I'm going to try to come up with another way to do this because I don't like using multiple coroutines all the time. a lot of times I would much rather use a counter, but I don't know. I haven't figured out how to do that yet. Anyway, this is what it looks like, and each one, fire extra 2, 3, 4, and 5. It's the same. It's just it's delaying 0.2 seconds each time, and the reason why it's delaying 0.2 seconds is so that they don't fire right on top of each other. And now we could shorten that time to 0.1 seconds, or as slow as you want, fast as you want to do it. I like this for now. I might change that, but anyway, go back up here. So instantiate projectile for 1, instantiate projectile plus the start coroutine, fire extra 1. And so 3, we're going to fire extra 1 and extra 2. 4, we're going to fire extra 1, 2, and 3. 5, we're going to fire extra 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, because this is a total of 5 projectiles, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we could add a 6 because we can. So all I did was select all that and press Control D, and then we got to change this to 6. And we're fire extra 5. Now I don't have any code set up to make this one work yet, and that's okay because it doesn't matter. We may add an item or something later that affects the amount of projectiles for each weapon, but right now we're not. But that's it. Make sure you have a reference to your game manager. Weapon manager, excuse me. I don't think that let me look through this real quick. I don't think that I changed anything else. Nope, I didn't. Okay, so that was it for that script. So let's go back into Unity and see how this all works out. Yeah, this one's getting a little long, I think. It feels long. Anyway, so I'm going to split it up. So create a weapons manager game object and add your weapon manager script. Make sure you have a player storage reference. I have basic beam set to 1 because I want to make sure we have the basic beam. Go into your player basic beam. Make sure that you have all your settings the way that you want them. Damage modifier is 1 because we're multiplying by the damage modifier. Fire delay modifier, excuse me. And so it'll decrease it. At 1 it's going to be whatever it is originally. So alright, and damage modifier, everything's good there. Alright, so let me show you what this is going to look like in the end. So this is what it's going to look like in the next video. Alright, so we have our player. We're going around killing enemies. Got some money. Enemies. Oh, I gotta create UI for the gold. Alright, and I'm getting ready to go up a level as soon as I get another. Oh, come on. There you go. Alright, so I went up a level. So now I have this menu, and that's going to happen in the next video, where if I click this button, well, my basic beam now shoots 2 projectiles. And if you get close enough to the enemies, it'll shoot them in different directions. But anyway, that's it, and it'll keep going up and up and up as you go up levels. But for now, that's it for this part, and then next time there will be a part 2 of this video, and we'll go into creating that menu and hopefully going over stuff that I did not cover in this video if I missed anything. Alright, that's it. If you like this video, like and subscribe, and consider supporting me on Patreon. Thanks.